The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You were Joe like Chappelle Show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any come and see, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soaking it. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up their octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions, daily manifesting on my premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on the mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top, it's missing, the opposition in. All that lane switching, this.
All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up with the Oakland Raiders. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And an alley to run. He's at the 50, 30, 20, 10, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Officially, that goes down as a kick return of 107 yards. What a run, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point up and through, and it's now a 7-0 game. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
Ready, 10, 2 stop. Check 56. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Vincent Smith with touchdown number 7 on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. The point after is good, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Go! Let's go!
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 24. They go play fake. Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. They'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equanimeous St. Brown. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play.
Yellow!
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Mahomes going to throw. And that is incomplete.
I want to see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. This is intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Hey, check 24. Check 24.
Complete. Smith has it. Well, they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
It's a gain of 9. Makes it 3rd and inches.
On the ready. 44 Mike. Check, check. Smith. 44 to Mike. 44 to Mike.
Washington on 3rd and short. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Move the chains. A gain of 7 on 3rd down. Now on first down, it's Washington again. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
At the 2-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. 90 Wolf.
Now to the air, Rock. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Vincent Smith with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to it. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes with a catch made by Johnson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards.
Yeah, That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
They'll come out in a 4-receiver look, 3 men to the right side on 2nd and 6.
Alpha.
To throw, it's Mahomes. He'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 33. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Check it back.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Watch the slant.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. 23 yards on the play. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? They'll try to run with Hunt. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Kareem Hunt with touchdown number 12 on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. No problem there on the extra point. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Yeah, they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 33 and a first. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's locked. And he'll find Moreau here.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
On 2nd down, it's Washington. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
On 3rd down, here's Washington.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. On 1st, here's Washington. Derek Nottie makes the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Running the jet sweep with Jones. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
And it brings up third down.
Got it. 44 to Mike. Hey, Delta.
Back to the offense. Let's go. 44 to Mike. Mike 44. Go.
Go.
Throwing his lock on third down. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Maurice Hurst forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Mahomes now to throw. Forced out to his left. And incomplete. A disappointing drop there defensively by the rookie. And now 4th down.
These two offenses have gone up and down the field so far in the first half. Finally, I say, here's a stop on 3rd down.
And taken right on the 30. And he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They run with Washington. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
Clock now on 1st down. It's caught. Smith. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Vincent Smith on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Point after, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep.
Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to come from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. That first down completion only netted them 3. 2nd and 7. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And all the way down to the 41-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Now a play fake here on first down. Mahomes hit. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And he's going to go down again. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way. I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Jones has it. Got some room at the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the ground, Richard. Anthony Hitchens, 2nd in the AFC in tackles last year, there to bring him down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. This is Richard. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. DeAndre Washington, 78 yards. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And there he goes again. Past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. He goes 102 yards from one end zone to the other. And the Chiefs are able to draw a bit closer.
I can't help it, partner. I get fired up. 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns in the same game. This is fun to watch. Yeah,
we call a lot of games in a lot of different places. Sometimes it seems like we do it simultaneously, but we rarely get to see this. This one taken just inside the 10. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready up.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Staying on the ground with Washington. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Now on third down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs.
Hey, Chief 6.
From the gun on third down, Locke. Eluding the pressure right. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on third down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Here's Hill on the return. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They'll run again with Hunt. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
Makes it 3rd and 11.
Come on, 80.
49. You can't block me.
Attack.
You can't.
15.
Under 10. Under 10.
43.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. Kelsey, such a valuable part of this offense. Made the Pro Bowl the last 4 seasons. 2018 being the most productive when he went over 1,300 yards. 10 touchdowns, and a great relationship between he and Pat Mahomes off the field. Very good friends, attended a bunch of high-profile sporting events together in the offseason, and that chemistry, it certainly shows on the field. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
15.
49 to Mike. 49 to Mike. Watch the curl. Charlie.
Now Mahomes. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
49, sweetheart. 49 to Mike. 49 to Mike.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Tyreek Hill. Touchdown number 18 on the year. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point safely through. And the lead is down to a field goal. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Hey, Charlie.
Right back to Washington. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
53 at the mark. Go.
On third down, Washington. He finds an opening past the 40 and all the way up to the 46. That good for 19 and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On first and 10, here's Locke. Caught by Jones. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
On first down, it's Washington. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Hey, Orbit.
They'll keep it on the ground. Washington. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing. Slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Here we go, D. Hey, dude. Here I come again. 44 to Mike. 44 to Mike. Check.
The first carry for Josh Adams. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
31. Chiefs 28.
Set. And over. Record. Snap.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, the rookie from Florida. Well, holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half, those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. It's the 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
They run again with Hunt, and he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Markel Lee. He's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Pulled in at the 24. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot. Great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Washington. The linebacker, Anthony Hitchens, there on the stop. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Well, clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
On third down, it's Washington. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. With 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Let's go! First down, Raiders.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. Richard. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
This has been an up-and-down, back-and-forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. And that is incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there? This has been a tough game. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now, because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Bravo! Check, go get him, go get him, go get him!
49.
Now here's Mahomes. Flushed out right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
So I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. He is going to find Hill here. And he'll get this out to the 30-yard line. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. Mahomes now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Motion. Mike, check. 15.
And again, it's Mahomes. Now he'll escape to his right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Delta. Controller. Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
Mahomes will try again on 2nd down. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 48-yard line. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They'll look to throw, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Markel Lee in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
They go with Washington to begin the drive. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They run on 2nd down with Adams. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because We've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle at the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
18 Gator, 44. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home. Smith. Deep grip.
On third down, it's Washington. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down. So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Oakland, the win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-5. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, it's a tough one to swallow as they drop back to 8-4 on the year. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots.